हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आप सभी का हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल केमसाइक्लोपीडिया में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आज हम सॉल्यूशंस एंड कॉलिगेटिव प्रॉपर्टीज का थर्ड लेक्चर लेके आए हैं और आज के लेक्चर में हम लोग कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ वेपर प्रेशर, रॉल्ड्स लॉ, आइडियल एंड नॉन आइडियल सॉल्यूशंस एंड एजियोट्रोपिक मिक्सचर्स डिस्कस करेंगे। एंड इन टुडेज लेक्चर वी विल बी सॉल्विंग न्यूमेरिकल्स बेस्ड ऑन रॉल्ड्स लॉ। तो चलो हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं विद वेपर प्रेशर। Vapor pressure is the pressure exerted by the vapors in the equilibrium with a liquid or a solution at a particular temperature. Let us understand the concept of vapor pressure in detail. Let us take an example of container containing water. और ये जो container है students, ये closed container है. At room temperature, water is present in a liquid state. So this water has a tendency to evaporate or it will get converted into gaseous state. So initially as this space is empty, more and more amount of water will get evaporated. इसलिए हम कहेंगे in the beginning rate of evaporation is very high. So H2O from liquid state it gets converted to gaseous state here like this, and this is the evaporation. जैसे यहाँ पे more and more amount of water molecules evaporate होगा, they will collide with each other and they will also collide with the walls of the container. So because of that, they have a tendency to get converted from gaseous state to the liquid state. Process we call as condensation. शुरुआत में rate of evaporation बहुत ज्यादा रहता है and rate of condensation 0 रहता है, ठीक है। जैसे जैसे टाइम बढ़ता है वैसे वैसे rate of evaporation decreases and rate of condensation increases. At a particular time, rate of evaporation becomes equal to the rate of condensation, and that stage is called as equilibrium stage. And when there is a equilibrium between this gaseous state of a substance and liquid state of the substance, then pressure exerted by this gaseous state is called as vapor pressure. So vapor pressure is defined as the pressure exerted by gaseous state of a substance when it is in equilibrium with its liquid state, and vapor pressure is directly proportional to temperature. जैसे हम टेम्परेचर बढ़ाएंगे वेपर प्रेशर क्या होगा, बढ़ेगा. And remember students, higher the vapor pressure, lower the boiling. ठीक है, these are the concepts. Now let's move ahead. Let us discuss the factors affecting vapor pressure. पहला फैक्टर है nature of liquid. Weaker the intermolecular forces, greater the amount of vapor produced, and more is the vapor pressure. Temperature. Higher the temperature, higher the vapor pressure. So note, this is a very important point. Now, when a non-volatile solute is added to a volatile solvent, then the vapor pressure of resultant solution is lesser than the vapor pressure of pure solvent. That means we can conclude that on adding a non-volatile solute to the volatile solvent, vapor pressure of the resultant solution decreases. Let us understand this concept. Suppose I have a container. Okay, this container contains only a pure solvent and it's a volatile solvent. That vapor pressure due to the volatile solvent is called as P0. Understood? Suppose if I add a non-volatile solute to this volatile solvent, then that will form a solution. So it is a solution of non-volatile solute in volatile solvent. तो होता क्या है, ये जो non-volatile solute रहता है, they are also present at the surface, करेक्ट ना? तो क्या होगा, यहाँ पे सिर्फ सॉल्वेंट ही वोलाटाइल है. वोलाटाइल है मतलब जो इवेपोरेट होता है, और नॉन वोलाटाइल है मतलब जो इवेपोरेट नहीं होता है. अब जो कि नॉन वोलाटाइल सॉल्यूट पार्टिकल्स सरफेस पे भी रहेगा, उसके वजह से क्या होगा, जो वोलाटाइल सॉल्वेंट पार्टिकल्स है वो इवेपोरेट नहीं कर पाएगा वो एरिया से. तो ओवरऑल जो वेपर प्रेशर रहेगा ना, that vapor pressure, let us call it as P. P is the vapor pressure of solution. That vapor pressure will be little lesser than this P0 because this non-volatile solute particles will cover the surface, and because of that there is an obstruction for a solid molecule to get evaporate. So what is the conclusion? Whenever we add a non-volatile solute in a volatile solvent, then the vapor pressure of resultant solution is lesser than the vapor pressure of pure solvent. This is the very important concept. That is what I have explained here. When a volatile solute is added to the volatile solvent, then the vapor pressure of resultant solution is higher than the vapor pressure of pure solvent. अभी देखो, अगर हम लोगों ने volatile solute डालेंगे, solute भी evaporate होगा, solvent भी evaporate होगा, तो total vapor pressure will be increased. पर ये केस में solute क्या है, non volatile है, वो खुद evaporate नहीं हो रहा है और solvent को भी evaporate होने के लिए थोड़ा obstructions create कर रहा है, इसलिए ये केस में vapor pressure of solution will be lesser and ये केस में vapor pressure of solution will be higher. These points are very very important that you have to remember. अब लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं रॉल्स लॉ फॉर वोलाटाइल सॉल्यूशन. सपोज अगर अपने पास टू वोलाटाइल लिक्विड्स है, सॉल्यूशंस ऑफ वोलाटाइल लिक्विड्स, बोथ सोल्यूट एंड सॉल्वेंट बोथ आर वोलाटाइल, then in that case Raoult's law can be applied. So let's say I have a container volatile solute and volatile solvent. ठीक है, so this states that the partial vapor pressure of any volatile component of a solution is equal to the vapor pressure of pure component multiplied by mole fraction of that component in the solution. Suppose let us assume that I have a mixture of two volatile liquids A and B. PA and PB are their partial vapor pressures and XA and XB are their mole fraction in solution. So according to Raoult's law, partial pressure of component A is equal to mole fraction of component A into vapor pressure of component A in pure form. Similarly, for B also we can write it as PB is equals to XB into PB naught. Right? P naught means vapor pressure of pure liquid. Means when the mole fraction of that liquid is equal to 1, then that pressure is called as P naught. According to the Dalton's law of partial pressure, the total pressure, that is P total, above the solution is equals to PA plus PB. Suppose I have a mixture of two volatile liquids. ये closed container है and we have a liquid A and liquid B. So total vapor pressure here is equal to the partial vapor pressure of component A plus partial vapor pressure of component B. दोनों भी volatile है तो दोनों को add करना पड़ेगा ना, that will give the total. वही तो हमने किया है, ये अपना डाल्टन्स लॉ ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर है. सो PA क्या होता है, XA into PA naught, PB क्या होता है, XB into PB naught. So therefore P total is equals to XA into PA naught plus XB into PB naught. So XA plus XB is equals to 1. तो अगर इसको इधर लेंगे तो XA will be equal to 1 minus XB. Let us substitute for XA. XA will be equal to 1 minus XB into PA naught plus XB into PB naught. So if you just multiply here, it will become PA naught minus XB into PA naught plus XB into PB naught. तो rearrange करके XB को हम लोग कॉमन लेंगे तो PA naught plus XB into PB naught minus PA naught. So this is the formula which we obtained for Raoult's law. So देखो, on x-axis we are plotting mole fraction and on y-axis we are plotting vapor pressure. अभी देखो ये पॉइंट पे mole fraction of component A is 1. That means mole fraction of component B will be 0 because total कितना होता है mole fraction. कोई भी पॉइंट पे total mole fraction ऐड करेंगे तो 1 आएगा. ठीक है, अगर ये 1 है तो एक को 0 होना पड़ेगा. इसका मतलब हम लोग ये बोल सकते हैं कि ये पॉइंट पे सिर्फ और सिर्फ A component present है. So as here only pure A component present, then the vapor pressure corresponding to this point is called as PA naught. नेक्स्ट जैसे जैसे हम लोग आगे आगे जाएंगे वैसे वैसे मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ ए कम 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 होगा एंड मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ बी क्या होगा, बढ़ते 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 जाएगा. सो देखो ये जो ए का जो ग्राफ है जैसे जैसे का मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ ए कम होते जा रहा है वैसे वैसे ये ग्राफ भी देखो डाउन 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 जा रहा है. अभी ये पॉइंट पे मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ ए 0 है इसलिए प्रेशर ऑफ ए क्या रहेगा, 0 रहेगा. सो दिस इज अ कर्व फॉर पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ ए एंड पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ ए इज इक्वल टू पी ए नॉट इनटू एक्स ए. अभी ये पॉइंट पे एक्स बी 0 है तो यहाँ पे प्रेशर ऑफ बी क्या रहेगा, 0 रहेगा. जैसे जैसे हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे वैसे वैसे मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ बी बढ़ता जाएगा तो पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ बी बढ़ते जाएगा. ये पॉइंट पे सिर्फ और सिर्फ बी प्रेजेंट है तो प्योर बी है तो यहाँ पे क्या रहेगा, पीबी नॉट. दिस इज अ लाइन फॉर पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ बी, दिस इज अ लाइन फॉर पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ ए. Then if you join then this will become a total pressure PA plus PB. Now this is the graphical representation for the solution which follows Raoult's law under all conditions of temperature and pressure, and such solutions which follows Raoult's law are called as ideal solutions. Let us discuss the composition in vapor phase. Okay, so YA and YB will represent the composition of component A and B in vapor phase. So YA is equals to PA upon PA plus PB, and YB will be equals to PB upon PA plus PB. Students, one point you have to remember here that XA and XB are the mole fraction in liquid phase, or we can say mole fraction in solution. Understood? Now YA and YB are the mole fraction of component A and B in vapor phase. That is the phase above the solution. Okay? Next, now let us see the relationship between mole fraction of component of an ideal solution in liquid phase and in the vapor phase. So देखो YA को हम लोग क्या लिखेंगे, PA upon PA plus PB. So PA upon P total, because PA plus PB क्या होता है, P total होता है, and हमको पता है P total क्या होता है, XA into PA naught प्लस XB into PB naught. ये अपना रॉल्स लॉ का एक्सप्रेशन लिख दिया हम लोगों ने, एंड PA के बदले क्या लिखा, XA into PA naught. ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे हम लोग इसको फिर आगे सॉल्व करके ये लेके आए थे, हम लोगों ने डिराइव किया था ये, है ना. XB को हम लोग 1 minus XA पुट करते, बिकॉज XA plus XB is equals to 1. Okay, if you rearrange then you will get this answer. Now let us take reciprocal, then this will become like this. अगर डिनोमिनेटर को सेपरेट कर लिया, then this XA and this XA will get cancelled, and PA naught minus PB naught upon PA naught plus PB naught upon PA naught into 1 by XA. फिर हम लोगों ने rearrange कर लिया इसको, it has given this expression. और therefore finally we get XA is equals to 1 upon YA into PA naught into PB naught minus PB naught minus PA naught upon PB naught. So ये कौन सा फॉर्म में आता है? Suppose if we have a equation of y is equals to mx plus c form, then this will have a graph like this. This is your y coordinate, this is your x coordinate, and this is your intercept c, and the slope of this graph is your m. So suppose, let's say this is your y coordinate, right? This is your x coordinate, this will be your m, and this will be your c. So if you plot the graph of 1 by xa versus 1 upon ya, then the slope will be PA naught upon PB naught, and the intercept will be PB naught minus PA naught upon PB naught. Now let us discuss example number 1. The vapor pressure of pure liquids A and B are 450 mm of Hg and 700 mm of Hg respectively at 350 Kelvin. Find the composition of liquid and vapor if the total vapor pressure is 600 mm of Hg. So कैसा करेंगे, देखो पहले हम लोग गिवन डेटा लिखते हैं. लिक्विड्स A एंड B दिया है, सो यहाँ पे बोला प्योर वेपर प्रेशर ऑफ प्योर लिक्विड्स, सो PA नॉट विल बी इक्वल्स टू 450, PB नॉट विल बी इक्वल्स टू 700, है ना. तो P टोटल भी दिया है 600 mm of Hg, और पूछा क्या है, हमको पूछा है फाइंड द कंपोजिशन इन लिक्विड फेज, मतलब XA एंड XB पूछा है, एंड द वेपर फेज तो YA एंड YB पूछा है. तो कैसा करेंगे, ये इक्वेशंस को हम लोग रॉल्स लॉ के एक्सप्रेशन में डालेंगे और फिर XA XB निकालेंगे, and from that we will calculate YA and YB. तो चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं. Let us first calculate composition in liquid phase. So according to Raoult's law, P total is equals to PA naught plus XB into PB naught minus PA naught. Let us substitute this value and we will get your XB. And we all know that XA plus XB is 1. अगर XB 0.6 आया तो XA कितना आएगा, 1 minus 0.6, that is 0.4. हमको XA मिल गया, XB मिल गया. Let us calculate composition in vapor phase. So PA will be equals to XA into PA naught, that is 180 mm of Hg, and PB will be equals to XB into PB naught, that is 420 mm of Hg. YA क्या होता है, PA upon PA plus PB, so you will get YA as 0.3 and YB as 1 minus 0.3, that is 0.7. तो आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हो, सही है. Let us move to the second question. Vapor pressure of chloroform and dichloromethane at 298 Kelvin are 200 mm of Hg and 415 mm of Hg respectively. तो वेपर प्रेशर इन प्योर फॉर्म हमको दिया है. कैलकुलेट वेपर प्रेशर ऑफ सोल्यूशन prepared by mixing 25.5 grams of chloroform and 40 grams of dichloromethane, and the mole fraction of each component in vapor phase पूछा है. तो कैसा करेंगे, पहले हम लोग गिवन डेटा लिखते हैं. पहले यहाँ पे लेट से A कंपोनेंट इज योर क्लोरोफॉर्म, B कंपोनेंट इज योर डाइक्लोरोमीथेन. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे उनका वेपर प्रेशर दिया है प्योर फॉर्म में, PA नॉट इज इक्वल टू 200 mm of Hg, PB नॉट इज इक्वल टू 415 mm of Hg. तो मास ऑफ क्लोरोफॉर्म दिया है 25.5 ग्राम. मोलर मास कैसे निकालेंगे, कार्बन का कितना होता है 12, हाइड्रोजन का कितना होता है 1, क्लोरीन का 35.5, सबको ऐड करेंगे, दिस विल गिव्स अस 119.5. तो यहाँ से हम लोग नंबर ऑफ मोल्स निकालेंगे. नंबर ऑफ मोल्स ऑफ क्लोरोफॉर्म क्या होता है? मास ऑफ क्लोरोफॉर्म अपॉन मोलर मास ऑफ क्लोरोफॉर्म. दिस विल गिव द नंबर ऑफ मोल्स. ये ग्राम्स और ये ग्राम्स कैंसिल हो गए. सेम हम लोग अप्लाई करेंगे डाइक्लोरोमीथेन के लिए. तो मास ऑफ डाइक्लोरोमीथेन इज 40 ग्राम. मोलर मास ऑफ डाइक्लोरोमीथेन कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो इट विल कम्स आउट टू बी 85 ग्राम. सो नंबर ऑफ मोल्स निकालेंगे तो हमको मिलेगा 0.47 मोल. ना मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ क्लोरोफॉर्म चाहिए. कैसे निकालेंगे? XA विल बी इक्वल टू, क्योंकि हम लोगों ने क्लोरोफॉर्म को A माना है, A कंपोनेंट माना है, तो XA इज इक्वल टू Na अपॉन Na प्लस NB. That will be equal to 0.213 upon 0.213 plus 0.470, and this will give answer as 0.312. Mole fraction of dichloromethane is equals to XB. तो उसको कैसे निकालेंगे? 1 minus XA. This will get this answer. So P total कैसे निकालेंगे? According to Raoult's law, P total is equals to XA into PA naught plus XB into PB naught. Let us substitute for all values. We will get P total as 347.92 mm of Hg. मोल फ्रैक्शन इन वेपर फेज कैसे निकालेंगे? हमको पीए पता है. पीए क्या है? XA into PA naught. If you multiply this two, you will get 62.4. And PB भी पता है अपने को, XB into PB naught. तो if you multiply this two, you will get this answer. Now mole fraction in vapor phase PA upon PA plus PB. Let us calculate this. It will give this answer. For YB also we can do same thing. Otherwise we will do 1 minus YA. Correct? Now let us start with very important concept, ideal and non-ideal solution. Now on the basis of Raoult's law, liquid solutions can be classified into ideal and non-ideal solution. First one is ideal solution. Ideal solution is a solution in which each component obeys Raoult's law under all conditions of temperature and pressure. And for an ideal solution, there is no change in volume upon mixing of two components. Now, let us understand the meaning of delta V of mixing is equals to 0. Students, delta V of mixing मतलब क्या होता है? V2 minus V1. So देखो, V1 क्या है? Initial volume before addition or before mixing. Suppose I have a component A. Component A का वॉल्यूम है मान लो 10 ml. Component B का वॉल्यूम है मान लो let's say 20 ml. So initial volume कितना हो गया? Initial volume is 10 plus 20, that is 30 ml. हम लोग ने दो कंपोनेंट्स को ऐड नहीं किया अब तक. वी आर जस्ट टेकिंग इनिशियल वॉल्यूम, दैट इज 30 ml. सपोज इफ यू मिक्स देम, देन आफ्टर मिक्सिंग वी विल गेट द वॉल्यूम एज अ फाइनल वॉल्यूम और वॉल्यूम आफ्टर एडिशन और आफ्टर मिक्सिंग. फॉर आइडियल सोल्यूशन द फाइनल वॉल्यूम इज इक्वल टू 30. दैट मीन्स वॉल्यूम चेंज अपॉन मिक्सिंग is V2 minus V1, that is 30 minus 30, that is 0. So for ideal solution, there is no change in volume takes place. This point I want to explain. That's a very important concept. For the same way, we can explain that energy change upon mixing is also 0. For ideal solutions, AB interactions are equal to the AA interactions and the BB interactions. Means, suppose if I have a solution, तो solution में दो components रहते हैं. एक तो होता है सोल्यूट और एक होता है सॉल्वेंट. हम लोग को B मानते हैं, इसको A मानते हैं. तो इन अ सोल्यूशन देयर आर थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ इंटरेक्शंस आर देयर. फर्स्ट इज solute interactions, solute-solvent interactions, and solvent-solvent interaction. Solute means let's say BB interactions. Solute-solvent मतलब let's say AB interaction, and here is AA interaction. So these three types of interactions exist in a solution. So for ideal solution, solute-solvent interaction and the solvent-solvent interaction and the solute-solute interactions are same, and ideal solution follows Raoult's law under all conditions of temperature and pressure. But students, remember that practically no solution is ideal. However, when a concentration of solute is very low, then solution behaves ideally. Therefore, very dilute solutions and the substances having similar structures and polarities forms a nearly ideal solution. These are the examples of ideal solution. Benzene and toluene, they forms an almost ideal solution. Hexane and heptane, they forms almost ideal solution. Now, graphical representation for ideal solution. This I explained just now. This is a graph of solutions which follows Raoult's law under all conditions of temperature and pressure. And those solutions are known as ideal solution. Now let us start with non-ideal solution. A solution that does not obey Raoult's law is called as non-ideal solution. And for such solution, volume change upon mixing is not equal to 0, energy change upon mixing is also not equal to 0, and the solute-solvent interaction are not equal to the solvent-solvent and the solute-solute interaction, and the Raoult's law cannot be followed in this case. So based on this, they are of two types: the one which shows positive deviations from the Raoult's law, and the non-ideal solutions which shows negative deviations from the Raoult's law. So let us start with the non-ideal solutions which shows positive side deviations from the Raoult's law. So for such solution, it is showing deviation to the upper side of the Raoult's law. So delta V of mixing is greater than 0. That means volume change upon mixing is positive. Let us understand this. Suppose if your initial volume, your volume of A here is let's say 5 ml, volume of B let's say 10 ml. Then initial volume कितना हो गया? 15 ml. That is before addition. If you mix them, then if the volume comes out to be let's say 16 ml, then delta V of mixing in this case will become equal to V2 minus V1, that is 16 minus 15, that is plus 1 ml. Means for non-ideal solutions showing positive deviations from the Raoult's law have delta V of mixing positive. Delta H of mixing for them is also positive, because here AB interactions are weaker than the AA interactions and the BB interaction. Matlab solute-solid interactions are weaker than the solute-solute interactions and the solvent-solid interactions, and the resultant solution has higher vapor pressure than the expected. So P total is greater than PA naught XA plus PB naught XB. So let us do the graphical representation for the non-ideal solutions with the positive deviation. Dotted line represents an ideal curve, and for this non-ideal solution, your vapor pressure of solution is having positive deviation. It is shifted to the higher side of the Raoult's law. So boiling point of such solutions are relatively lower as compared to those of the pure components, because they have a higher vapor pressure than the expected. So for one of the intermediate composition, the vapor pressure of the solution is highest, so that this composition represents highest value of vapor pressure, and it has a lowest boiling point. The solution having this composition of A and B acquires the property of boiling at a constant temperature, and its composition remains unchanged. So even after innumerous number of fractional distillation, we cannot separate this composition. So this liquid mixture distills without any change in composition, and these are called as azeotropic mixture. So in case of non-ideal solutions showing positive deviation from the Raoult's law, they forms an minimum boiling azeotrope. Examples for these are acetone and CS2, acetone alcohol, acetone benzene, etc. So how does this affect that we are going to see? On adding acetone, its molecule gets in between the molecules of ethanol. Let's say we are having an example of acetone and ethanol. Suppose अगर हमने acetone molecule add कर दिया, then that acetone molecule comes in between the molecules of solvent, that is ethanol, and that breaks the hydrogen bonding of the solvent molecule, and that reduces the ethanol-ethanol attractions. So let's say this is ethanol. See, there exists a hydrogen bonding in the ethanol molecules. See, this is the hydrogen bond like this. And as we add acetone solute, acetone molecules comes in between this solvent molecule, and due to that attractive interactions between the solvent molecule gets reduced. That leads this solution to show deviation to the higher side of the Raoult's law. Now let us see the non-ideal solutions showing negative deviations from the Raoult's law. So for such solution, delta V of mixing is less than 0. तो ये कैसा होगा? Let's say A component है हम लोगों ने 5 ml लिया है. Let's say B component हम लोगों ने 2 ml लिया है. Then if we add them, what is the initial volume before mixing? 5 plus 2, 7 ml आएगा. What is the final volume upon mixing? It will be let's say 6 ml. Okay, so delta V of mixing here is minus 1. So here volume of solution gets contracted upon mixing. This indicates that the solute and solvent interactions are higher than the solvent-solvent and the solute-solute interactions. And here delta V of mixing is less than 0, because solute-solute interaction ज़्यादा रहेगा, so during attraction energy release होगा. Delta V of mixing is negative. As there is a attractive interactions between the solute and the solvent molecule, the total pressure exerted is less than the expected, and as there are more attractive forces are there, so a solution is having higher boiling point. So such solutions have relatively higher boiling points as compared to those of the pure components. So they are having downside deviations. So at one of the intermediate composition, let's say this composition of XB and XA, the solution is having lowest value of vapor pressure and that has highest boiling point. Such solutions also distills without any change in composition and behaves like a pure component, and they are known as azeotropic mixture. So non-ideal solution with negative deviations from the Raoult's law shows an azeotropic mixture with maximum boiling point. These are the very important concepts. So these are the examples of solutions that shows negative deviations from the Raoult's law. So let's say when acetone and chloroform are mixed, then there is a hydrogen bonding takes place between these two molecules, and due to that, escaping tendency of either of the liquid molecule becomes lesser, and consequently boiling point of solution will increase. So let's say this is an example of chloroform and this is acetone, and there exists a hydrogen bonding in between this. Due to this, solute and solid interactions are higher, the boiling point of the solution is more. Now let us do the point of difference between the ideal and the non-ideal solution. So for ideal solution, interactions between the components are similar to those of the pure components, whereas in case of non-ideal solution, interactions are different. Here delta V of mixing is 0, here delta V of mixing is not 0, delta H of mixing is 0, it is not 0, and here all interactions are equal, and here all interactions are not equal, they can be lesser or they can be greater. Here Raoult's law is followed under all conditions, here Raoult's law doesn't follow, and ideal solution never forms an azeotropic mixture, whereas non-ideal solution forms an azeotropic mixture. Understood? This is the point of difference between the ideal solution and the non-ideal solution. Now in case of non-ideal solutions, let us do the difference between the non-ideal solutions with the positive deviations and non-ideal solution with the negative deviation. So for solutions with positive deviation, delta V of mixing is greater than 0, and here delta V of mixing is less than 0. It is greater than 0, it is less than 0. AB interactions are weaker than the AA interactions and BB interactions, and here AB interactions are stronger than the AA and BB interaction. So P total is greater than PA naught XA plus PB naught XC, and here P total is less than PA naught XA into PB naught XB. For this is a graphical representation for non-ideal solution with positive deviation, and this is a graphical representation for non-ideal solution with a negative deviation. So this composition shows highest vapor pressure, lowest boiling point, and boils at a constant temperature, and it distills without change in composition. Mixture is called as azeotropic mixture. And the non-ideal solution with the positive deviation forms a azeotropic mixture with a higher vapor pressure and lower boiling. In case of non-ideal solution with negative deviation, this composition shows the least vapor pressure. At this composition, mixture distills without change in its composition. So such mixtures are known as azeotropic mixture, and non-ideal solution with the negative deviations shows azeotropic mixture with the higher boiling. So azeotropic mixture is a type of liquid mixture having definite composition and boiling like a pure liquid. That is called a constant boiling mixture or an azeotropic mixture. In case of non-ideal solutions showing negative deviations from the Raoult's law, they show azeotropic mixture with a maximum boiling point. And in case of non-ideal solution having positive deviation from the Raoult's law shows minimum boiling point azeotrope. Right? Let us discuss the examples of azeotropic mixture. हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे दो examples of each type दिए हैं. पहले हम लोग solutions with the positive deviations का example. पहला example है water and ethanol mixture. So 95.37% of ethanol in water forms a minimum boiling azeotrope. तो यहाँ पे water का boiling point है 373 and ethanol का boiling point है 351.3. The azeotropic mixture which is formed has a lower boiling point than both of these. That is what is called as minimum boiling azeotrope. Another example is acetone and CS2. 67% of CS2 in acetone forms a azeotropic mixture, and acetone has boiling point 329 and CS2 has a boiling point of 319, and the resultant mixture has a boiling point of 312. That's why it is called a minimum boiling azeotrope. So let us do the examples for solutions with the negative deviations, or we will maximum boiling azeotrope. Then water and HI mixture forms a maximum boiling azeotrope. So 57% of HI Water has a boiling point of 373, HI has a boiling point of 239, and that mixture will boil at a 400 Kelvin. Correct? So mixture is having higher boiling point than the components. That's why we are calling it as maximum boiling azeotrope. Water and HClO4 will also form the maximum boiling azeotrope. 71.6% of HClO4, and water has a boiling point of 373. HClO4 has a boiling point of 383, and the resultant azeotropic mixture boils at a 476 Kelvin. This was all about the azeotropic mixture. So आज के लिए बस इतना ही. Thank you students for listening. If you like our efforts, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe the channel. We will be meeting in our next lecture with more information. Thank you all for listening. See you all in next lecture.